By the way, BT's on vacation. Be back with you next week together. What I don't understand is how anybody, and I mean anybody, I'm not just talking about the Yankees organization. I mean anybody that has watched baseball for any extended period in their entire lives. How could anybody that has watched Luis Severino pitch this year think that it was okay to put him on the mound again after his last start? I don't understand how even if you were hopeful, giving him another opportunity after his last start, prior to last night, after his last start, that was the definitive end. We all knew it. Like everybody that has watched Severino pitch this year all knew that you cannot, under any circumstance, have him take the mound. And I don't want to hear about the Domingo Germán stuff. I don't want to hear about injuries to Carlos Rodon. I don't care. There's no way that you can justify pitching Luis Severino at any point. And yet the Yankees, who are as clueless an organization as there is in this town, which is hard to believe. They used to be the gold standard. They are now operating like the BC Mets before Cohen. Even worse, like the Jets at their lowest, like the Knicks for 20 years. That's how bad it is with the Yankees. Brian Cashman, I know everybody wants Brian Cashman out of here, and we'll get to that in a second because got news for you. He's not going anywhere. But Brian Cashman left this team for dead at the trade deadline. They needed to upgrade this team, and he knew more than most. You mean to tell me they didn't have any inkling that Domingo Germán might have had a problem? You mean to tell me that he wasn't aware that Luis Severino might not have it anymore? I mean, is he watching these games? It really makes you question if he is or if he cares. Is he trying to get fired? It's like, God, what do I got to do around here to get Hal to fire me? I'm not going to quit. I can't give up this money. Like, what can I possibly do to get fired? I got it. Let's throw Luis Severino out there again, even though I know he's going to get tattooed. The Yankees have had one misstep after another, and I'm not talking about the results on the field. Like, technically, they're still over 500. They are still in the race. The problem is they are not acting like an organization that has a freaking clue as to how to build a winning team or how to help a team that has potential still. How do you possibly justify sending Luis Severino out there? What'd you think? Not having him start was going to change things? Having come out of the bullpen as, the non-starter, you start with an opener with Ian Hamilton, then Severino's going to take over and all is going to be changed? Like, he is awful right now. He's throwing batting practice. It's over. It's a wrap. How come we can all see that, but you can't? It's not on Aaron Boone, but I mean, geez, Aaron Boone's got to be saying, Cash, I can't send him out there. I'm sorry. Fire me. I can't pitch this guy. It's giving up. And then you proceed to lose 2 out of 3 to the crappy White Sox when the Yankees are saying, they said this, don't count us out. Like, the only thing worse than being as dumb as the Yankees have been is being delusional. The worst part about this whole thing is they are unaware of how stupid they have been this particular year and even in recent years, leading up to where we are now, which is a year that is likely going to result in the Yankees not making the postseason. And in fact, they may finish under 500 for the first time in over 30 years. And yet everything's fine. Hal's okay with Cashman. Cashman's the brightest mind. If you watched him this year, you know how many fireable offenses this year? I'm not talking about the inability to make a good trade for a starting pitcher. I'm not talking about Frankie Montas. I'm not even talking about Carlos Rodon or Josh Donaldson. None of that. Every general manager is going to have some good moves and some bad moves. I'm talking about now look, they can lie to the media, which is bad enough. But they did it with Judge, not giving us the significance of the injury, the whole timetable, potentially rushing him back. I mean, Boone admitted that he didn't have any rehab games. That's one of the reasons why he had to have the day off, on that important game against the Orioles, on that the rubber game on Sunday night. That was the Severino start where he imploded, gave them no chance. They can lie about the injury to Trevino. They could be unaware of the significance of the injury to Anthony Rizzo. Like, what the hell is going on here? Domingo Germán, obviously he's had issues in the past. What, you tell me nobody had any kind of inkling? The guys on your team, you spend every day with them. Nobody had any thought or concern that he might have a problem? Come on now. Fireable offenses all over. Putting Luis Severino in a game after that Sunday night in Baltimore. How can you justify that and be taken seriously? And you talk about, oh, don't count us out. Don't count us out. How? Dude, like, are you delusional? Are you trying to? Because guess what? I didn't count the Yankees out. And there's reason for that. Because every time I do count them out, or every time I don't think they're any good, they somehow get to the American League Championship Series. I didn't think they were good last year. They started out like the 98 Yankees. They end up in the ALCS. How does that happen? I don't know. Even now you watch this team and you say, they're not that good. But they're over 500. I'm not talking about in recent weeks. I'm talking about to start the year. They're over 500. And guess what? Coming out of the Dodgers series, prior to the Judge injury, coming out of the Dodgers series, how could you not feel like this team had the potential to win it all? But what did they do? Okay, injuries happen. That's part of it. Did they help the team at all? Some of the reasons why I said the Yankees were still going to be okay was because I thought at the deadline they'd actually, try to improve the ball club. Judge coming back, Cortez coming back, Rodon. Well, obviously, almost all of those has failed. Judge has not been as impactful, or the results have not been with his return. Rodon out again. Cortez fine, but it's been one start so far. And they didn't do anything at the deadline. So Brian Cashman with his indecision, like we said, PT was saying sell, I was saying buy. You can't do nothing and be taken seriously. And they think it's okay. Cashman thinks it's okay. Just waiting for this team with these lousy players to turn it around. That's what they're waiting for. Or hope. Look, we as fans can have hope. You as a general manager cannot have hope. Do something. They're freaking delusional. And the worst part is, like I said, they're unaware, and that Brian Cashman isn't going anywhere. He's going to be here. The reports came out yesterday from Clappage of NJ.com. And you're getting some sense. Andy Martino of SNY.TV had a column today basically saying it's a non-conversation with Brian Cashman. What is Hal thinking? How is this acceptable? You just got embarrassed by the crappy Chicago White Sox. I mean, your season is still in play here. There's a month and a half of the season to go. You're 5 games back, whatever it is. And obviously prior to last night, they're 4.5 games back. You can't beat the White Sox, who are 47 now and 69. White Sox they're terrible. You can't take 2 out of 3 from them. Look, we could go over the individuals. Gleyber Torres stinks. Get him out of here. I'm tired of it with Gleyber Torres. I don't care what he does offensively. It's never going to be worth what he is as a player, which is a losing player. He makes terrible plays every friggin' game, it seems. Every game, he does something stupid. Whether it's Giancarlo Stanton, who I said at the time it was a horrible decision to trade for Giancarlo Stanton. I don't care that you got him for nothing, taking on his contract. And that was without knowing that the Yankees were going to operate at times like, the Pirates. Well, we can't get that guy. He's too expensive. What? You're the Yankees. When you settle for less than, this is what happens. And there's a whole section of fans, younger fans, that haven't experienced this. And now you're getting a taste of what the reality of the situation is. And that reality is that the Yankees have become just another team. Alex is calling from Manhattan. What's up, Alex?
How you doing, Sal? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks for making it. What's up, Alex?
And let me start by preface by saying that ever since like last year, Cashman made those comments about the postseason being a crapshoot. I didn't stop being a Yankees fan, but I stopped watching and going to the Yankees and following them. All the information that I get every day from you guys, because I'm tired of the ownership treating us like pawns. Like no matter what product they put there, we should go. And like this Severino stuff is like the drop that filled the cup. Like, I agree with you 100%. What is he doing pitching?
How
And
can he be
another thing is,
pitching? You can't justify it. Like, did you not watch him throw batting practice time and time again, most recently in Baltimore on Sunday night, and you don't care? You're going to say, well, you know what? We need a starter. Well, let's not have him start the game, but we need somebody to pitch with some length. We'll go with Severino out of the bullpen.
And,
what? He should be demoted. He should be jettisoned. He should be cut. He should never throw another pitch as a Yankee. Maybe not in the big leagues, period.
You know who we should demote as well that I blame 100% is all the coaches in the Yankees. Tell me the last player, and you have very good memory, Sal, and let's not go back too far. The last players in the last 10 years, the last players that really struggled, rookie coming up, or player that the Yankees fixed, they all went downhill. Everybody that came up good and struggled bad, they went downhill.
Look, if you're not aware, see, and this is the point, and thank you for the call, Alex. We appreciate the passion. If you, and I'm talking to the organization, I'm not talking about the fans because the fans know better. And they think we're the idiots. They think the ones watching them are, oh, God, how could you guys be so upset? We make the playoffs every year. Yeah, but you're not seeing what's actually going on. You're not operating the way that you used to. You haven't been in a World Series since 2009. I don't want to hear about the excuses about the Astros cheating and that's what happened. Look, bleep happens. That's life. You got every break imaginable in the 90s, and now you're going to complain about a team that cheated? Give me a break. Year after year, they made bad move after bad move. They're reluctant to trade the younger guys. Those younger guys come up. They don't do what the Yankees expect them to do. And then on top of that, the Yankees are reluctant to go spend top dollar in the free agent market. Well, then how are you getting better? Guess what? You're not. You're getting worse. They are fooled. And look, I'll admit, I'm brainwashed. I'm scarred because I lived through the 90s as a Yankees hater. And every time I didn't think they were any good, they go out there and break records and win World Series every freaking time. So I've seen it. And even after that, it's like, man, this Yankees team not good. They win 92 games to get into the postseason. So at some point I had to say, Sal, stop it. Like, they're good. And you'd kill to have that. And in a lot of cases, it's true. If you root for any other team, you would set, for the most part, maybe now outside of the Braves. And even the Braves haven't had, obviously, the World Series success. They've had 2 since 1995, which is more than most. But they win the division every year. They're in the playoffs every, like, whatever. You get the point. The Yankees, pretty much, outside of any other organization, you'd sign for their resume. You'd sign for their history, their track record in the postseason every year. A bad year where we're saying fire Cashman, fire Boone is 92 wins in the postseason. The problem is that success, however the hell that they had that happen, was kind of a house of cards because we knew better watching this team that they weren't that good. If they missed the playoffs that year, and then again the following year, then the results would be there to match what we felt about this team. But the results weren't there. Even last year, going into last year. That's what I'm talking about. Off of 2021, they shouldn't have made the postseason. They did. They got ousted on the wild card round, but still. The following year, it's like, all right, this team's not good. Maybe this is going to be the year where they finally miss the postseason and have to change things. And they get to the ALCS. They start out like the 98 Yankees. Then they play poorly where we thought they would be. And then it's all Judge carried them, whatever. And maybe that's the worst thing that could happen because it made them believe that the team was better than it was because the results were there. And now this year, maybe finally things leveled out. Although the excuse, and they're going to give you the excuse, well, everybody's hurt. Nobody was healthy this year. Rodon hurt, Judge hurt, Stanton hurt, Bader hurt, Rizzo hurt. Well, rookie Volpe, yeah, he wasn't supposed to do that. He was designed to be the 9-hitter and kind of, just be another guy at the bottom of that order with everybody else doing their job. And instead, the reality is, no, Brian Cashman has butchered the shortstop position year after year after year since Didi Gregorius left. He did the impossible, replaced Derek Jeter seamlessly. From there, who would have thought the hard part would be replacing Didi Gregorius? And he hasn't been able to do it. Move Gleyber Torres, wrong. I knew it at the time. Before that was going to happen, wrong. IKF, wrong, horrific. You had 1 billion shortstops available via free agency. Go buy one. You're the Yankees. Nope. We've got our Anthony Volpe. How's that worked out? Steven is calling from Brooklyn. What's up, Steven?
Hey, man, all is good. I am sick to my stomach. Hal Steinbrenner is destroying and does not even care to run this franchise as a sports franchise. So at the end of the year, it's either black or white. Is he making money? Probably, in so many different ways with that artificial, horrible stadium that I've never been back to for years now. I don't watch them. I don't care about them. And it's disgusting. So it starts with him from the top.
Well, no, wait. How do you not watch them or care about them, but yet you're calling in about them? Man, I'm not trying to put you in a bad spot, but like you don't watch them at all?
No, you're not. I mean, I'm like the other guy. I hear, I see
right.
highlights, this and that. I'm just totally fed up from top to bottom. Hal's got to go. Sell the team if you don't care about it. Cashman is the way. You have to be embarrassed about how these players, Rizzo not even able to, you find out 3 months later that Rizzo's got a concussion?
That's the LOL BC before Cohen Mets stuff that Yankee fans used to make fun of the Mets for, and thank you for the call, Steven. Appreciate you checking in. That's what I'm talking about. The Yankees have now become just another organization. You want to know the best part? And if you read Andy Martino at SNY.TV, he says basically the same thing, but I've known this for a while, working with Andy and talking to him. General managers around the league, everybody in baseball, they all think we're nuts for criticizing Brian Cashman, who's a quote-unquote surefire Hall of Fame general manager and front office guy and all that. And my counter to that would be, yeah, that's fine. Nobody's saying that Cashman is horrific or the worst general manager ever. I mean, maybe there are some people saying that. I'm certainly not saying that. What I'm saying is it's been long overdue that it's time for a change. This organization has sunk like a rock. The Yankees used to be the premier team in Major League Baseball. And even though their records in recent years have shown to still be premier records or top-tier records, winning a division a year ago, ALCS, whole thing. Even in the bad year, 92 wins, make the postseason. The reality is they're not any good. And the whole thing stinks. And they're not acknowledging it. I gave you a billion examples. This is not just, oh, my God, this team's terrible this year. It's way more than that. This is deeper-rooted stuff. They think we're nuts for questioning this team. And the results back them up in recent years. The reality is they overachieved. I can't say they got lucky because it happened, but they were not that good. They shouldn't have made the postseason in 2021, and they were not a real ALCS team in 2022. And now look what's happened this year. Other teams are blowing by them. It was Boone, right, who said it themselves. The gap has been closed. This was years ago they were talking about it. The Yankees used to be far and above anybody else, spending way more than anybody else. They were the Yankees. They acted like it, and the results showed. And then the gap got closed, and then they got passed over in that department, and now they're being run over and stomped to the floor by. Think about it. The Baltimore Orioles reigning supreme, 12 games better than the Yankees. The Rays, the Blue Jays. Come on now. Losing a series to the White Sox and doing it like Brian Cashman sat on his hands and basically said, here you go. We don't believe enough in this team. He admitted it. We don't believe enough in this team to be buyers. Well, then, Cash, I got news for you. Why didn't you sell? You know why? Because they have nothing to sell, because it's nothing but garbage with the 2023 New York Yankees.